Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes on the Daybreak Show. Fridays, we check in with Dr. Alex Apostle from the Shelton School District. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jeff. Nice to be with you.
So it's the 5th of June today, and that means we're closer and closer to what would be the traditional end of the school year. And there's a lot of, obviously, change that has been happening over the last 2 months or so. As you and I have talked over the years, and we kind of look back at the year, we start to look forward to the next year, and there is a lot of questions on the table. We're hearing Monday is a big day for the Office of Superintendent for the state, Chris Rykedal's office.
Absolutely. The information I have is that we're going to get some direction in terms of restarting our schools, and that's going to be very welcome, of course, by many, many people. Families and students and staff, and we're looking forward to getting some direction. Although what I've been hearing and appreciate is that regardless of the direction that we get, there's going to be local decisions that need to be made based on all factors within a community. So it's going to be nice to get some direction, but at the same time, we have to work that through with our staff, with our community, and make sure that we're all together in terms of how schools will reopen.
You know, I was just thinking about that while you're talking, and, you know, I know that you put a lot of trust in to the principals in the schools. The principals
Absolutely.
Put a lot of trust into the teachers in the school, in the classrooms, to all kind of be able to move the students forward, have them learn the information. For each teacher, the way they provide that information is different. I mean, like the way they facilitate it towards the kids can be different. So when Chris Rykedal offers the ideas or presents them to us, I think, like you said, local control, he needs to put trust in you and the other supers across the state to say, listen, I know my community. We make up a blank percentage of people who have young kids who go to work every day. So this may not work. But as long as at the end of the 180th day of a school year, everybody can acknowledge that the students had made progress, I would assume that would be good. That would be a great report back to the superintendent of the state.
Well, there's no question that's of paramount importance, is the education of our kids and making sure that we do everything possible to provide the support to the families and to the students through these challenging times. But there's no question it's going to be a challenge. And that's why we're involving so many people here initially through our subcommittees, and we're going to reach out even further into the community to make sure there's no perfect answer to the dilemma that we're facing. There just isn't. But we need to try to work together, and we will, to come up with the best possible plan to reopen schools in the Shelton School District. And what meets the needs of our families, we'll do everything we can to meet those needs. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be a challenge, because when you look at our younger elementary kids, our kindergartners, remote learning, will that work? And where do parents fit into all of this? They've got to work, and it's very complicated. But that's why we've started early in terms of working with these subcommittees, and we have a very important meeting with the ESD, our Educational Service District, where our leaders within the district are going to be meeting with the ESD 113, and we're going to talk about what it's going to take in various areas, from communication to instruction. What is it that we need to be aware of, and what are some of the plans that are being circulated around the state and throughout the nation? So that's going to be taking place on the 15th of June, the 17th of June, and the 19th of June all day. And we're going to have about 15 of our leaders involved in that training and information. So that's going to be helpful, but still we need to reach out to our community and make sure we're all together as we begin the process of reopening our schools, which is extremely important.
We've been reporting this week on the graduation information, June 23rd, starting at 10. It is going to be a drive-through type of ceremony, and
Yes.
We're going to try to get as many of the students that are interested in participating to be involved, and it's going to be a very orderly, but a wholly different and unique graduation experience for them. I know we're going to try to get it live streamed and some speeches and pre-records and all that stuff. So it's going to be the best as it can be in the situation. But again, June 23rd for Shelton High School graduation, 10 o'clock. And because of this, it's going to be almost an all-day thing, right?
It will be. We're figuring it could go until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but it may be quicker than that and maybe take a little longer. But recognizing our seniors, recognizing our families for all their support throughout the years is a very important tradition. It's a ceremony. It's a celebration of a job well done by our students, our seniors, and their families. So whatever it's going to take, we're going to put forth our greatest effort.
There's one last question on all that's going on across the country. Schools are oftentimes for students and teachers to talk in a confident, secure classroom setting about the issues that are going on around the country and explaining them in the context of historical events and things like that. We saw a peaceful protest in Shelton the other day. Are you talking with any of your teachers or the principals on how to, during these online classes, talk about these types of issues? It's a lot different too with that going on now.
Right. But I think it's a very important issue that needs to be discussed, and we need to have a conversation with our students. It's very important, equality and equity and treating all people with respect and kindness and being civil towards one another. That's absolutely important to discuss. And so it's going to be on our agenda when I meet with all administrators. We meet every Monday at 9 o'clock. This is going to be an agenda item so we can prepare in terms of how we're going to approach this issue with our students and staff.
Dr. Alex Apostle, it is starting to wrap up a untraditional school year, to say the least. But we do appreciate you talking with us every week on keeping the public informed on what's happening in the Shelton School District.
And there'll be more to come, Jeff, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on radio every Friday with you. And I might add that Choice High School, their graduation is going to be virtual, and it's going to be in September. I'm not sure of the exact date yet, but I know that they're planning a celebration and a ceremony for those seniors also. Okay. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Okay, well, we'll reach out to them, and I'm sure we'll talk about that as that gets closer. Dr. Alex Apostle from the Shelton School District, thank you, sir. Be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you next week.
You too, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.